to stand beside you this morning. I've come to lift you up this morning. Because what you need, I need. And what I need, you need. So we've gathered here today to stand together and say we're going to continue to move forward together. And not one step back. When they attack democracy, we're going to move forward together. When they attack immigrant rights, we're going to move forward together. When they attack our LGBTQI plus community, we're going to move forward together. When they attack women's rights and workers' rights, we're going to move forward together. When they attack public education, we're going to move forward together. Or forward together. We're going to have Reverend Diana Powell come and continue to explain why we are gathered here today and why we have to be here.
Come on now, Minister.
Amen. Amen. Y'all look good out there. Y'all look good out there. We are here because we are in a movement and not just a moment. We got to keep fighting. The fight is forward together. Not one step back. And it looks like we're going forward and not turning back. We got to sound the alarm. We got to shine the light on it. We cannot continue to be in darkness. It's not a moment. It is a movement. We come to fight. We come to stand for what's right. We come to stand for justice, peace, love, and harmony. Because it's in us. God has given us the charge. Don't be silent. You got a voice. Raise your voice. It's not a moment. It is a movement. Hey! Hallelujah. And I want to piggyback on what Reverend Wynn said. I think about the blind man that was sitting there when Jesus was coming by. And he asked him, what need of you? And then he met the blind man, told him, all I want is my sight. Are we seeing again? Do we see what is happening? Are we going to see in darkness? Are we going to get up? Are we going to raise our voices? Are we going to fight back? The Bible says we can get mad. We can be angry. I hope and I understand that there are some mad people out there, and it's okay.
It's okay.
Because we cannot continue to let what is happening happen in front of our eyes and not do anything. We cannot be silent anymore. It's not a moment. It is a movement. Going forward and not one step back. Move forward, keep moving. And if you see someone that you know that should be out here, that is not out here, go back and tell them it's not a moment, it is a movement, and we are determined to move forward. We will not be silent anymore. We will continue to be loud here. We will continue to be loud at the vote at the voting booth. We will continue to be loud in the Get Out to Vote movement. We will continue to be loud everywhere that we go. We're now going to have Ariel Collins from 5501 come and share with us this morning.
Hey y'all! Thank you all for coming out to this event. I believe this is our 5th event as 5051 North Carolina. And to reference what Ms. Powell said, it's 50 states, 50 protests, one movement, and we are all part of it. So give yourselves a round of applause. I don't really have a lot to say. I didn't prepare much, but I just wanted to express that our team is so grateful for all of the support and all of the passion and just everything. We're eternally grateful for everyone and all of our partners and their support. Poor People's Campaign is sponsoring the stage and the sound. So if you feel so inclined to help donate, please donate to the North Carolina Poor People's Campaign. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Earl. Let's give 5501 a hand, amen, for helping bring us together. Isn't that powerful? 50 protests, 50 states, one movement. That's what we have to keep stressing. This is one movement as we all come together as one. We're now going to bring to the stage Reverend Dr. Hannah Broom from the North Carolina National Church of Counselors.
Oh my gosh. It seems like somebody's here ready to make a moment. It sounds like somebody's here to lift their voice. It seems like somebody's here to say, enough is enough. Or it sounds like somebody's here to say, lift up our voices. I am Reverend Dr. Hannah R. Broom, President of the North Carolina Council of Churches. I am also National Director of Religious Affairs for Repairs of the Breach. And we will not be silent anymore. I bring you greetings on behalf of the North Carolina Council of Churches. It is a prophetic fellowship grounded in sacred texts with one moral vision. We are gathered here not for political performance, but for a moral purpose. This is not about party, red, blue, or green. It's about people, about protecting the humanity and dignity of the poor, the working class, the immigrant, the child, the elder, and the earth. Because what is at stake is not just policy, but it's about our democracy, and it's about the democracy of our souls. This administration's proposed budget is not simply a spreadsheet with numbers on it, but it is the statement of values that this country has. And we say early on, any budget that cuts $800 billion from Medicaid, that puts over 36 million people at risk of losing health care, that threatens food security for children and shelters for struggling families, is not a moral budget. It is a betrayal of our sacred obligations to love our neighbors. And so while we grieve the stripping of health care and safety nets, we also confront the suffocating of our democracy. Voter suppression, attacks on our rights to protest, efforts to silence the voices of the marginalized. Let it be known here, democracy does not die in a single day. It erodes when good people remain silent. And what we're going to do today, we do not have the right to remain silent. Let us be clear. Our movement is about workers, about the right to fair wages, safe conditions, paid family leave, and dignity on the job. It's for the laborers, the school teachers, the sanitation workers, and the nurses. Labor is sacred and should be paid what we are worth. So today, we reclaim the moral ground. We walk forward with pastors and imams, rabbis and temple elders, the street prophets and the porch mothers. We are all crying out, not one more soul will be left behind. We call forward the union stewards and the day laborers, the child care workers and the public defenders, the grocery clerks and the sanitation crew, the technology and the teachers, all standing together and saying our work is worthy of justice. We call forward the youth who have inherited broken promises, the elders who remember movement past, the undocumented who labor in the shadows, and the disenfranchised who have not given up. We rise together. We're declaring that today. And we declare, not by might nor by fear, but by our faith, we are gathered here, not for parties, polls, or pride, but for people who have been cast aside. We rise in love, we march in grace to build a free and sacred place. That's the spiritual battle of the hearts of democracy. So I say to you today, forward together and not one step back. Let justice roll down like waters and righteousness like an ever-flowing stream. We stand today to reclaim the moral ground. We, the people, still unfinished, press towards the greater light. With dreams, King dream beneath the steeple and in the jail cells at night. Forward justice, sacred journey, we turn it all around. I love the law and walk hand in hand on this emancipated ground. ground.
That's right.
We, the people, are still becoming from a union wide and strong, not just for the privileged few, but for all who've waited long. We hold these truths still trembling, that every soul is born with worth, yet justice delayed is justice denied, and there's blood crying here in this earth. Dr. King, he dreamed the dream of freedom's ring, of tables set and valleys raised. Sister Fanny said, I'm sick and tired, but keep on marching, undaunted and unfazed. So we rise with fire in our voices, with hands still building, bold and brave. Not just for freedom's memory, but for the justice we must save. Forward justice is not just a phrase, it's the road we walk, the call we raise. Until this nation truly lives its creed, we move on as one in word and in deed. Forward together! Forward together! Forward together!
Yes, put them signs up in the air. Put them signs up in the air. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Come on, y'all. Y'all can do it louder than that. Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Yeah, roll call.
So this movement does not go on just by one or just by two, but it takes everyone. It takes all of us in our respective places to continue to push and to move this movement forward. There are some powerful groups and organizers out here this evening, this afternoon, and we want to recognize some of those out here this afternoon. So when we call their names, we want to give them a shout, a loud noise, to show our appreciation for them helping to organize this movement and continue in this fight. We have some tables over to my right, your left, on the side of the wall over here. If you're interested in joining any of these organizations, go by, see them, see what you can do. Everyone can do something. We all have the ability to do something, whether it's send out a text, send out a phone call, send an email, share a flyer, be on this stage, be out in the crowd. Wherever we fit in, this movement has room for any and everybody. Everyone fits in. This is a one-size-fits-all movement. Hey, everybody is welcome here. Everybody is included here. This is an all-inclusive movement. When we're in a nation that likes to be exclusive and keep people out and not count people in, everybody's included in this movement. So let's give it up for Wait Women Have Mercy this morning. Can we give them a shout this morning? Tell them thank you for being here. Union Southern Service Workers, can we shout them out this morning? North Carolina Second Chance Alliance is in the house. Can we shout them out this morning? 5501 is in the house this morning. Can we shout them out? The North Carolina Poor People's Campaign is in the house. Can we shout them out? Speak Out Social is in the house. Can we shout them out this morning? We are grateful again for all these organizations and so many more that may be out here. If you are an organization that has been part of this movement, we give you honor. So all of those we may not have got their names this morning. We may not have got them on the list. Let's give them a hand and shout them out this morning for all the work that they are doing. Now give a shout out to the person that's beside you today. Tell them thank you for being here. And now there's one last shout out, and this one ought to be the loudest because you're going to shout for yourself this morning. Give yourselves a hand for being out here this morning. Give yourselves a hand for standing up this morning. Give yourselves a hand for being a voice for those that are voiceless this morning. We celebrate all of you in our diversity this morning and thank you all for being here. We're now going to invite Sangria back. She's going to talk to us about this moral budget that we are facing.
Once again, hello everyone, hello, and for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Sangria Noble. I am a national social justice organizer with Repairs of the Breach on the organizing committee for the North Carolina Poor People's Campaign. Yes, thank you. So today is the day before the Resurrection Day. But it is a very significant day for me because today, 19 years ago, April 19th, I was resurrected back into society from incarceration. A couple blocks down the street, okay? Within the North Carolina justice system. So I went from the prison to the process to the promise. The prison to the process to the promise. Therefore, yes, I am directly impacted in many ways. And I can tell you about homelessness, suffering with illnesses and lack of medication, not being able to vote because of my felonies, not being able to get a job due to my criminal background. But I won't. I will tell you, it's some stuff and it's stinking right now. All right? I know it stinks because I smelled it when it hit me in the face. And our lives are taken like a thief in the night by them lawmakers. We wake up, jobs gone, housing gone, food benefits gone, children education gone. All this is a possibility that we can lose it tomorrow. And it'll be ate up by a $5 trillion tax break for millionaires. Boo! That's right, boo! Boo! So what do? We demand a more budget. I said, what do? We demand a more budget. I'm going to talk to you about that in a little while. But right now, I'm really done. End of the subject, we need a more budget. End of the subject, we need a more budget. Louder. End of the subject, we need a more budget. And we're going to get it moving forward together, not one step back. Forward together. Thank y'all. I'll be back to talk to y'all in a little bit.
Greeting, Assalamu alaikum, which is a Muslim greeting, meaning peace be upon you all. Since Trump administration came into power, his administration has launched a war against black, brown, immigrants, refugees, working class, and all Americans. Shame! From attacks on DEI, deregulating industries, firing workers, deporting immigrants and refugees in court violation. Trump has a clear message. He doesn't care for you if you are not a racist donor for Trump. Shame! Trump has made another false claim of ending wars. Instead, he has threatened Panama Canal and Greenland. Shame! Trump jeopardizes safety of Ukrainians. Shame! Trump has given a green light to Netanyahu for continued genocide in Gaza and has plans for beachfront property in Palestine. Shame! Our response is clear. We will unite black, brown, white, working class, immigrants, LGBTQI, and people of all backgrounds to fight back. We are clear that it is not the Congress or Supreme Court that will rush to save us. It is the people's power that will save us. We will corner the racist and extremist forces. We will change the balance of power. We will defeat the oppressors, and we will build a new society. Lastly, we need to continue organizing. Thank you again to all the organizers for gathering here. There's also going to be a May Day rally, International Worker Rights Day on May 1st. We need to continue organizing, forward together, not one step back.
Thank you, man. We're now going to have A.L. Carmen speak to us about voter suppression and HB 691.
Friends and neighbors, we've come here today to tell our elected officials, our fellow Americans, and the rest of the world that we want to move forward together, not one step back. Forward together? We know this is what the majority of Americans want. The majority of Americans want what's best for the majority of Americans. But that's not what the billionaires and the politicians in their pockets want. They want to run roughshod over our people and our planet to enrich their own pockets. They know that fundamentally we move forward together through the power of our vote. Our vote is our voice, the most basic unit of our collective power, which is why they've been trying to undermine the power of our vote for years now. It used to be poll taxes. Now it's voter ID laws. It's gerrymandering. It's the SAVE Act. It's attempting to disenfranchise over 60,000 Carolinians on clerical errors they had no part in. You've probably heard about Justice Griffin's challenge of votes for Justice Riggs. What you might not know is that the Republicans tried this strategy before, trying to remove 225,000 Americans from voter rolls. Well, last year they were shot down by a federal judge, so now they're trying it again in a more favorable jurisdiction right here in North Carolina. Republicans even filed a lawsuit to recalculate totals in other races as well. We are a test case. If they win these cases, they'll take this strategy all over the country, disenfranchising Americans of their lawful votes. Because they know they can't win elections honestly. The majority of Americans want to move forward together, not one step back. Well, some of our representatives are fighting back to defend our votes, our voices, our collective power. Representatives Ball and Rubin of the NC House have introduced HB 691, the Voter Protection and Reliance Act. That's right, cheer for them, all right. This bill would ensure that no future Griffins get to swoop down and snatch your vote up in their talons based on rules that weren't in place on Election Day. Well, that bill is sitting in the Rules Committee right now, and we're asking for your help. We've started a petition urging that this bill be moved swiftly through committee, that our representatives pass this legislation to protect our votes. They want to use us as a test case? Well, let's show the rest of the nation how to be proactive in our defense against their strategy of disenfranchisement. We're distributing a flyer out in the crowd with a QR code you can scan to sign that petition. You can also find the petition across 5051 NC's socials. Please sign it, share it, stand up for your vote. Forward together, not one step back.
Let's keep it on, let's keep it going, let's keep it going. One more chat, one more chat. All right. The people united will never be divided.
The people united will never be divided.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated.
The people legislators located right here at our State House and our White House through a national congressional call-in and never sign-in, focusing on the moral budget through Congress. So did you know? Repairs of the breach, North Carolina Poor People's Campaign, this is $1 trillion cut for millions that's being proposed. Shredding health care, food, housing, education, and safety, just as Dr. Broom got up here and told us. Woo, like cutting $88 billion in Medicaid, y'all. This budget gonna cut $88 billion in Medicaid, y'all. Boo! It's gonna cut $230 billion in food resources and more, leaving the poor and low wage doomed. So it's time for us to speak up and speak our truth. North Carolina Poor People's Campaign, Repairs of the Breach with Bishop Barber, together, we are asking you to join us for Holy Week Push, April the 12th through the 27th. Make that call to your senators and your representatives. I ask you to go to repairsofthebreach.org or North Carolina Poor People's Campaign to learn more. At the end of the subject, we need a more budget, just like I said. So I am challenging you all to go to repairsofthebreach.org, North Carolina Poor People's Campaign.org, and learn more about coming and joining us with our national call-in campaign. Thank you all. Thank you. And everybody looks good. Thank you all for coming out, and I'll turn it back over to Reverend Williams. The people united will never be divided. The people united will never be defeated.
Thank you again, Sangria. Thank you to all of our speakers this afternoon. Thank you again all for being here. So Bishop Barber has told us in this movement some things that we have to make sure that we cover. We have to have a moral analysis of all that's taking place. We have to have a moral articulation of what needs to be done, and then there needs to be a moral agenda. And then as Sangria gave us a little, there also has to be moral actions that we set down to do to make this movement continue to move.
Hold on, y'all. I got to be loud and right. I don't want to be loud and wrong. $800 billion in Medicaid. We got to be loud and right. $800 billion in Medicaid.
Definitely. So one thing that we can also do, you can take your phones and you can text to this number, 32846. That's the number. Text the word moral, M-O-R-A-L. Text moral to the number 32846. And you will get updates of the moral actions and things that are continuing to do in this movement. Once again, text the word moral, M-O-R-A-L, to the number 32846. Now we're going to have Dr. Hannah Broom come back and share with us some of the action items moving forward that we are moving forward with.
Some of the actions that we're going to have is Moral Mondays in D.C. at the Capitol. Moral Mondays in D.C. at the Capitol. We're going to put pressure. They're not going to pass this budget with us being silent. So Moral Mondays at the Capitol in D.C. If you want to take the train, the plane, the bus to join us, it starts on April the 28th, and it's going to be the first Monday of every month until justice rolls down like water. From